guys, so today I'm going to be doing my October wrap up, so let's get started. So the first book that I read in October was actually The Sacred History by Jonathan Black, which was a book I won off of a Goodreads giveaway. Now, I didn't review this one because this one I read before I actually started my channel. This book is kind of interesting because it's a combination of folk stories and Bible stories and all sorts of different mythology stories, which Jonathan Black then relates to biblical terms. Now, I am not religious, but this book was quite interesting to me still because I have always been fascinated by the Bible stories because they're quite simple, but they have interesting meanings behind them, and I can understand why people believe them. It's an interesting read, so if any of that appeals to you, you could give this a go. I gave it 3 out of 5 stars because for me it was interesting, but I couldn't relate to it that much because I am not religious, so I didn't believe everything he was saying, but still it was an interesting read, and learning about all the different stories I didn't know about was fun anyway. So that's that. And then the next book I read in October was The Hobbit. This was my little pocket edition, which I loved. It was so good. I really enjoyed it. I just thought it was really good and really fun to read, and I gave this one 5 out of 5 stars. I also read my first ever manga in October, and that was Magic Knight Rayearth, which was the omnibus edition, and I gave this 5 out of 5 stars as well. I really enjoyed it and I loved the art style. And then I started reading The Dragon's Eye, which is in the Dragonology series, which my boyfriend got for me, and this one was really good. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. It's a middle grade fantasy read and it's really interesting. And then in the same series there's this sort of spin-off book which is Bringing Up Baby Dragons. This one I loved. It's only 30 pages. It's so cute. It's got beautiful little illustrations and it's just really fun. So I gave this one 5 out of 5 stars. This one is the second one in the Dragonology Chronicles, and this one's called The Dragon Diary, and I gave this one 4 out of 5 stars as well. Again, a really good fun read. This one I didn't actually review on my channel because this one I won from a Goodreads giveaway as well. It's called The Beggar's Feast by Randy Boyagoda. This is an advanced reading copy, so it's not the final cover, but I got this to review and I hated it. I really didn't enjoy it. I just found it boring and it wasn't my taste at all. And I've done a review on Goodreads, so if you want to have a look at it, you can, but I won't be reviewing this on my channel because I just didn't enjoy it. And then I read Trash by Andy Mulligan, which was again a middle grade book. It was interesting and something different to what I usually read. It's not really a fantasy book, it's just a sort of children's entertainment book. It's interesting and fun, and I gave this 4 out of 5 stars. And then I read a lot of graphics books as well. I read The Little Book of Lettering, which I gave 5 out of 5 stars. Then I read Typography Sketchbooks by Stephen Heller, which I gave 5 out of 5 stars as well. Then I read Handmade Type Workshop by Charlotte Rivers, and I gave this 5 out of 5 stars. And I read Hand Job, which is by Michael Perry, and again I gave this 5 out of 5 stars, really good. And I also read Information is Beautiful by David McCandless. This one I gave 4 out of 5 stars. It's more of an informative book in a graphic style rather than a graphic design book, but it's still quite interesting. Some of it I found really cool, other parts didn't interest me so much, so I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. I also read The Blade Itself by Joe Abercrombie, and this one I read on my Kindle and I really enjoyed it. I gave this one 5 out of 5 stars. Can't wait for the next one. And I finally read The Lies of Locke Lamora by Scott Lynch, which again I gave 5 out of 5 stars. Again, really enjoyed this, can't wait for the next one. And then also in the month of October I started reading The Name of the Wind by Patrick Rothfuss. This is a giant book. It's been taking me forever. It's really good. I'm so loving it. It's so good. And I'm about 3/4 of the way through almost, so hopefully I can finish this in the first week or so of November and get this done, because I'm really excited about it. It's so good. I'm taking my time and just enjoying it, so I've been having fun with this one. And then I also started Septimus Heap Book 2, Flight. I read the first one of these, which is called Magic, in September, and I really enjoyed it. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. So I've just started this one. I haven't got very far at all. I'm only a tiny amount of the way through. But I'm really enjoying this series. It's quite a long series. I think there are about 7 or 6 books in it. So I'm sort of steadily plodding my way through it, and it's a middle grade book. It's really fun. So I'm really enjoying this so far. So that was my October wrap up. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will be doing a November TBR really soon. So I shall see you then. Bye!